Welcome to Steady Growth, where we build money, character, and resilience the same way. Small, steady, and on purpose. No hype, just honest steps that add up. Let's begin. A jacket on a rack. The tag says $200, slashed through in red, and underneath, today, $89. And you feel it, don't you? That little surge. You're not looking at a jacket anymore. You're looking at $111 you're about to save. Now watch this. Cover the $200 with your thumb. Just the $89 left. Ask yourself, is this jacket worth $89 to me? Suddenly, that's a much harder question. Because here's the part the tag is built to hide. What if that jacket was never $200? What if it was made and shipped and priced to sell at $89, and the $200 exists for one job, to be crossed out? In that moment, you weren't judging a jacket, you were judging a comparison the store wrote for you. The first number you see grabs your judgment and drags it close, which is why it's named after the thing a ship drops to stop itself drifting. It's called anchoring. The first number wins. It works on the jacket, and it works on the $40 phone case sitting next to the $80 one, and on the house listed high so the offer feels like a steal. Same move every time. And tonight, you're going to learn to drop your own. Now, you might think, fine, but a price is at least real information. So let me show you the experiment that's stranger than that. Picture a carnival wheel. Two psychologists, Tversky and Kahneman, the founders of this whole field, had people spin it before answering one question. What percentage of countries in the United Nations are in Africa? The wheel was rigged to land on either 10 or 65, and everyone could see it was just a wheel, a toy, spinning, meaning nothing. Then they guessed. The people whose wheel hit 10 guessed around 25%. The people whose wheel hit 65 guessed around 45%. A visibly random, openly meaningless number nearly doubled their answers, and not one of them felt it happen. That's the unsettling part. Anchoring doesn't ask your permission, and it doesn't need a believable number. Any number that arrives first becomes the starting line, and the human mind doesn't start fresh from zero. It starts from the anchor and inches outward, timidly. We drift a little and stop, still standing in its shadow. So whoever hands you the first number quietly steers the last one. Keep that. It's the whole episode. Whoever sets the anchor steers the price. Once you see the shape, you'll catch it everywhere, because the people who price things found this long before the psychologists named it. Watch them line up. The crossed-out price. The was number's job was never to be true, only to be first. The restaurant menu, with a $120 steak parked at the top. A dish almost nobody orders, sitting there to make the $60 plate beside it feel sensible. The car lot sticker, a number practically nobody pays, printed big so the real price feels like a win you fought for. The subscription page that shows you the premium tier first so the middle one feels modest. Even the grocery store, a little sign reading, limit 12 per customer, measurably lifts how many people buy. 12 walked in first and set up camp in their heads. And it isn't only shoppers who fall for it. In one study, real estate agents, professionals, walked the very same house, then appraised it thousands of dollars apart, depending on a fake listing someone had slipped them, and afterwards swore the listing hadn't swayed them at all. In another, judges read the same case file and then handed down longer or shorter sentences depending on an irrelevant number they'd just been shown. In some versions, a number from a roll of dice. Dice, steering a person's time behind bars. Expertise doesn't make you immune. Experience doesn't make you immune. The anchor works on everyone, which means the defense can't be being clever. It has to be a habit. So here's the habit in one line, and picture it like a ship dropping its own anchor. Decide your number before you ever see theirs. Anchoring's whole power comes from arriving first, so beat it to the door. Drop your anchor first and let the store's number be the one that floats by. Useless. Before the store, before the lot, before the salary talk, spend 5 honest minutes finding out what the thing actually goes for, and write down the most you'll pay. Now their slashed 200 lands on a mind that's already anchored to your number, and the spell mostly bounces off. You look at the $89 jacket and ask the only question that matters. Is this worth $89 to me? Not, is 89 less than 200? Of course it is. That gap was built for you to admire. And in a negotiation, the same rule flips to your advantage. When you've done your homework, speak first. The opening number frames everything after it, so make it yours. Know the market rate for the salary, the fair price for the car, and plant your flag in the ground before they can plant theirs. Then everywhere else, train the one small reflex that pops a fake anchor on contact. Cover the was. Thumb over the crossed-out number every time and look only at the price that's real. If it still feels worth it with the anchor hidden, buy it, happily. If it suddenly feels steep, well, now you know what you were really being sold. Before I send you off, let me put one honest thing on the table. Not every crossed-out price is a trick. Real markdowns are real. Seasons end, models change. Genuine clearance is genuinely cheaper. The catch is that an honest markdown and a manufactured one look identical on the tag. You can't tell which is which by squinting harder at the merchant's sincerity, which is exactly why the defense is your homework, not your gut. And there's a gentler truth underneath it. Anchoring isn't always an attack. Sometimes the first number is real, useful information. In a world you don't know, a starting point beats no point at all. The skill was never to refuse every anchor. It's to notice them, to ask, quietly, one question. Where did my starting number come from, and who benefits from it sitting there? That single question turns you from anchored into aware. And I'll be straight with you, knowing all this does not switch the pull-off. The people who discovered anchoring still felt it. You'll feel the tug of a slashed price next week, I promise you will. The win isn't immunity, it's the half-second pause where you feel the tug, name it, and check it against your own number. Tug, name, check. That little routine is worth real money year after year, and it gets quicker every time you run it. That's about as anchor-proof as people get, and honestly, it's enough. So here's the whole idea to carry into the next store, the next lot, the next conversation about money. The first number you meet is never just information, it's gravity. It pulls everything that follows toward itself, whether it came from a careful appraisal or a spinning carnival wheel. And the folks who price things for a living have known it far longer than you've had a name for it. You can't turn the pull off, but you can choose what does the pulling. Decide your number before you see theirs. Cover the crossed-out price and judge the real one bare. Ask what the thing is worth to you, in your life, against your plan, not against a comparison somebody wrote to be beaten. Most of the money you'll ever lose won't be taken from you. It'll be anchored out of you, 89 bargain dollars at a time. Not anymore. The first number wins, so from now on, make sure it's yours. Set your own anchor, and let everyone else's just drift on by. If something here was useful today, the best thing you can do is use it tonight in one small way. And if you'd like to keep growing with us, you're welcome in our tribe at familycreative.org. It's where we gather the tools and resources we build for people doing this on purpose, and where you can learn more, share what's working, and help someone a few steps behind you. That's the whole point. Small, steady, together. Be kind, try hard, do the work, build the family. We'll see you in the next one.